Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the newly revealed Steam machine, focusing primarily on its published specifications. To start, let's quickly place this product. It runs on the SteamOS operating system. Based on its form factor and concept, it can be described as the mini PC version of the portable Steam Deck, essentially making it a dedicated, stationary console-like device for the Steam platform. Now, let's look at the specs that have been released. CPU is a semi-custom Zen 4 chip with 6 cores. GPU is a semi-custom RDNA 3 chip with 28 compute units. And it features 16 GB of main system RAM and 8 GB of dedicated VRAM. The key point of interest here is the memory configuration. The machine is equipped with independent VRAM specifically for the video card. This strongly implies the presence of a discrete GPU, rather than an integrated APU solution. Based on the Zen and RDNA generations, combined with the core and CU counts, it is highly likely that the chip inside is a custom version based on the Ryzen 5 7600 for the CPU, and the Radeon RX 7600S for the GPU. However, the clock and power settings appear to be tweaked from the standard parts. The CPU clocks and power are set slightly lower than the Ryzen 5 7600, while the GPU clocks and power are adjusted slightly higher than the RX 7600S. This suggests a careful fine-tuning process prioritizing raw gaming performance. By scaling the frequency differences from these assumed base chips, we can make some highly accurate performance estimates. Regarding the CPU, the estimated performance is roughly in this range. It will likely still fall slightly short when compared to the latest generation laptops. This could potentially cause issues in games that are heavily CPU dependent. For the GPU, the high clocks boost its performance, and we estimate a maximum time SPI graphics score of around 12,000. This places the graphics performance between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, and is comparable to the Ryzen AI Max. This is exceptionally high graphics performance for a mini PC. Comparing these specs to modern game requirements, we can generally say that this machine should be FHD capable for most titles, reliably hitting around 60 FPS in most new games. However, playing at 4K resolution is likely out of reach due to insufficient CPU, GPU, and memory, and some games may simply not run well. Furthermore, in CPU-intensive titles like Cyberpunk, you might struggle even at FHD resolution. Let's quickly look at the interface. Monitor output includes one DisplayPort 1.4 and one HDMI 2.0 port. It supports frequencies up to 240 Hz, HDR, and FreeSync, highlighting its focus on gaming. The design philosophy is clearly aimed at supporting a single monitor for gaming. For wireless connectivity, it supports standard Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Crucially, it also features a dedicated 2.4 GHz wireless controller connection specifically for this machine. This dedicated specification is likely aimed at achieving even lower latency than standard Bluetooth for competitive gaming. Finally, power consumption and cooling. With the GPU alone estimated to draw 110 watts, high overall power consumption is expected during gameplay. Despite this, the product concept also emphasizes quiet operation. Achieving low noise with high power draw requires a very clever cooling solution. Based on the size and appearance of the chassis revealed, we speculate that it features a large side-flow style heatsink internally. The fan attached to this large cooler likely serves the dual purpose of cooling the CPU and GPU while also functioning as the main case fan. As I use a large Noctua side-flow cooler myself, I know that even at 150 watts, it can be very quiet if designed properly. So, achieving silent operation is certainly possible with good engineering. Conclusion. In summary, the Steam machine appears to have performance that exceeds the PS5. You can likely expect a comfortable gaming experience at FHD resolution for games available on both PS5 and Steam. However, it might struggle slightly in titles that are heavily CPU dependent or make extensive use of ray tracing. While primarily intended for Steam, it is generally accepted that installing Windows poses no problem. Although the CPU side appears slightly weaker, it still offers average laptop class performance. It could be an interesting mini PC option, depending on the price.